That is the sound of a bad coolant pump. In this video, not only will I change the coolant pump in my Macan, but since the thermostat will be readily accessible, I will change that too. Join me as I demonstrate all the steps necessary to accomplish this replacement without having to place the Macan in service mode. Alright, so I got a kit from FCP Euro. Actually, I made my own kit. I bought part of the kit, but I wanted the really heavy duty pump, and this is the new pump. Let me see if I can show the part number here. And then I added the rest of the stuff from the kit. So I have the Porsche thermostat. The thermostat I'm going to install. Although the thermostat I'm going to take out is okay. I just don't want to do this again in a very long time. So I'd rather have everything new. This was what happened last time. I think I changed the thermostat around 50,000 miles ago, and I already changed the pump, and now I'm paying the price. The kit contains this is the new pulley, and these are the bolts for the pulley, and then new rolls for the pump. So I'm going to be installing all this back. I replaced the thermostat in my Macan a few years ago, but made the mistake of not replacing the pump. During that time, I did an extensive DIY write-up in the Macan forum, which has now become very handy for me to remember all the steps. The link is in the description below. I would recommend that both pump and thermostat be replaced at the same time when either of them fail. So some of the tools I use for this project, one of the most important ones is the E10, which is this one here. Right. So this one is like a female version of a Torx bit, and it's called an E10. And these I use with, I really use to remove the bolts from the, let me take this out, from the pump. And I use it in combination with this angle drive here. And what I did is I use this adapter, and then like this. Okay. And then I was able to insert these in the, as you will see, in the very difficult area. Then use this adapter here with then whatever extension I needed. Let me take this as an example. And this piece adapts to this here. Maybe goes like this. Right, and it will go up. And then here you can adapt the extension of the ratchet. Right, so it becomes quite handy to actually reach difficult areas. Right. I also use this ratchet. It's a very skinny ratchet. I'll put the link in the description below, because this allowed me really to, with the Torx bit here, allowed me to take the pulley bolts out. All right. What else do I have here? Oh, things that you will need is a screwdriver like this one, obviously the torque wrench, and you also need like your normal wrench and extensions, right? So those are helpful. In obviously the normal sockets. These are Torx. You may need these type of sockets to release the tension in the belt. The belt screws they are T50, so you will need that size, and you need one that is very low profile. So what I did with that one, I think what I did is have this set here, and then this T50. What you do is that then you take a small low profile socket, and then, well, this is too large. We have a smaller one where you would fit like this, right? So you will not use this one, use a smaller one. I do have that set downstairs. All right, so I think this is as fast tools, not a lot of exotic tools. This bit set is very convenient, so having these will be helpful with the Torx bit. And then this goes up to T30, that's the largest one, but then I have others here that go all the way to T50, and in some instances you will need larger sizes than T30, so it will be good for you to have larger sizes as well. Other tools, I use this one a lot. The picks here, use them a lot. These are larger picks, I use a lot as well. And some of the other tools. So I have here a kit. This is a hose clamp kit, and the one that I use the most, this one to secure the clamps is a good one, and this one. I use this one to remove the clamps. It's really good because it has a lock here. So you go to the clamp and then you press the clamp. Once it's pressed, you don't have to make any force. You just move it around, right? You can leave it there, right? And then release. And because it has these type of ends here, it's easy. The clamp will not slip from there. I'll put the link for this toolkit as well, so that you have it. And this is useful for when the hoses are very hard to take out. You introduce these and you kind of basically unglue the hoses from the pipe, and then you can slide them out easier. All right. This is the kit to make a vacuum in your coolant system, so that you don't introduce air. So there are two parts of this. The first part, so you introduce this into the opening of the tank. So this goes on the tank, right? And then this goes into here, right? So this goes into here. I installed a pressure gauge as well, and then this goes into your compressor. And what this does is that with compressed air, you have a Venturi effect in this valve here that extract the air from the system through this cone, through this opening. So it plays a vacuum in the system, so the air goes out through here. So you have to connect anything other than the air here. Right? Once you have the vacuum, then you close this valve, right, to keep the vacuum. Then you disconnect this, and then you insert the other pipe. This is a suction pipe, And what you do is that you, as you see in the video, and you will see in the video, is you prime all this line. So you fill it with coolant first, so that you're not introducing any air, and then you connect it here. This goes into the coolant bucket, and then you open the valve, and it will fill itself. Once it loses all the vacuum, it means that the system is fully filled without any trace of air. All right, so to drain the coolant, you need to take this plug out. All right, so we're gonna release the valve by actuating the tensional. I'm gonna try to record it, but it might be difficult because we have much space. So I use a valve tensional release tool. It is a special, very flat tool designed to reach hard areas. In the diagram, you can see the red line representing the tool, which I position on the tensional pulley, and then move it in the direction of the red arrow. I was able to then secure in between metal tubings on the undercarriage so that it will stay in position. It is important to loosen the bolts of the pulley before fully releasing the belt. You may need to release and tighten the belt a couple of times first as you're loosening the pulley's bolts. All right, I'm going to take the PCV valves off so I can remove this from here. Remove the clamp of the left hose of the coolant pump. It will be on your right, and then remove the hose. Now it's time to remove the pulley. Start by removing the 3 bolts that hold the pulley to the pump. Once the bolts are removed, remove the valve and then start pressing the pulley outwards with a screwdriver as you're rotating it. Using my borescope to guide me to the pump screws. Alright. Doing this very remotely. Once the pump bolts are removed, you can tap lightly with the hammer to detach the pump from the engine. Alright. Yep. Pump is back. Take the connector off. Here. All right, here we go. That's the thermostat. All right, so remove the pump and the thermostat. This pump is done. Was about to fail. You can hear it. Versus the new one. This is a Miley heavy duty. This is even softer. Yeah, so now the thermostat is good. I'm going to replace it too because I don't want to do this again. Right. So I lubricated the O-rings. This is going. The connector needs to be on the 12 o'clock position. Right, so I was able to push the thermostat in. Connect it now. Yeah, so I'm looking at the bolt there.
right?
release the belt now. The hose. Oops. This, where'd you go? All right. Excellent. All right. Here we go. Just hold. Right, so this is the new one. So new one versus old. All right. It is not necessary to replace the throttle valve gasket, but I wanted to do it at this time. New one is in. Do not over tighten the throttle valve screws. It is now time to refill the system with coolant. Alright, so these will create the vacuum first, and then I'll connect these to suck the coolant. The coolant will then automatically fill and will stop filling when the vacuum is completely lost, and that means that the system has been completely filled without bubbles. Meaning to determine if there's any leak in the system. And bubbling Xerox for Porsche. This is concentrated, and then what I did is I got 2 gallons of deionized water, the best water to use in coolant applications. Here's the DI water. I got it on Amazon. It's a pretty bit expensive, but it is processed water, so just will ensure that you don't get the hardness. Like this, and we should be able to fill. Right, so there was some air that we're gonna have to address later. Okay. It seems to have filled completely. Let me see. Yeah. Alright, so I think that this is it. I'm going to turn the car on and see if I have any faults or any issues.